Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and we're back in Computer Tycoon. And you may recall, if you watched the last video, the previous episode of this series, something extraordinary and entirely unexpected happened, which is what does happen in this game sometimes if you take your eye off the ball, and I clearly had. For some reason, as we came to the end of 1978 and as we entered 1979, we're currently towards the end of January 1979, my share of the global sales of computer technology plummeted, absolutely plummeted, from well over 90% to actually below 80%. We haven't seen that sort of meagre share for quite some time. What is even more annoying is that I'm actually selling more computers in practically every country I'm in. I am the one making most money out of every country, apart from these two tiny places here in the Balkans. I think I've got the name of that region correct. Montenegro, less than 105,000 people, and Kosovo, 160,000 people. They're tiny people, not tiny people, tiny populations. Average. And okay, Montenegro is actually quite rich. I am selling there, but as you can see, green IBN is selling more than I am, and that really is not on. When I first noticed that plummeting of my share, I first thought maybe it's because we have lost a number of companies. 3, 4, so many people went bankrupt in the last episode, I kind of lost count. So I thought, oh, maybe these guys are just taking up the slack left by those ex-companies. They have ceased to be. They are no more. They have shuffled off this mortal coil. Yeah, those dead companies. They might be taking up the slack, but no. On slightly closer inspection, I realised these guys are actually selling personal computers and portables. Yikes, they suddenly got into those extra markets where I was the sole provider up until the end of last year. So what I need to do is take more seriously their threat. The problem is, of course, if they're making money from selling computers, they won't go bankrupt. And that is obviously my aim here, to be the global supplier of every piece of computer equipment across the globe. Well, certainly in open markets anyway. Yeah, I don't believe in competition. I don't believe anyone else has the right to do anything that I'm doing. Absolutely, that's how capitalism works, he said. Right, so what I need to do is I have got a whole stack of technology that I researched, which I haven't actually deployed yet. And this won't tell you, and this doesn't tell you. But what I can tell you, I've got a list on the piece of paper here which says I've got over 8 technologies that I haven't yet put into any of my computers. So I think it's about time we did that. And hopefully that will claw back a lot of the gains that the competition has made. I mean, their computers aren't that much better than mine. So if we look at the laptop, for example, yeah, IBM, he's only a little bit better at performance than I am. And his ease of use, again, is at 50%. Not quite 50%, 40% more better than mine. If I take him out of the equation, I am top dog. What about the PC? Again, same thing actually. Oh, that is quite a bump up in performance actually he's achieved there. But again, it's just him. And the home computer, again, just him. Again, a sizable but not irrecoverable difference in performance. And, ooh, hang on, these other guys are good as well in the home computer market. That's Annabelle from wherever, and that is Mr. Big, I think, from Big Computers. So if we take you out, yeah, Annabelle, and yeah, just me. So these guys, so who's the other guy who's actually on the playing field still? Oh, cheap and great. Yeah, his machines are cheap and clearly not great. So we need to get into building some more hardware. Now the main thing we've got here is the CPU. That's the first big new technology we've got, so let's copy this one. and it is going to be the 386. We've also got a better manufacturing process. We have got the 800 nanomicron. I think that's what it stands for, or whatever. So if we take you out, put you in, take the 286 out, put you in. We have got a better heat sink, but actually, do we need the fan? Actually, if I take the fan out and the heat sink out, yeah, that's only level 4 heat. We don't want noisy, no. But if I put the advanced heatsink in, that takes that down again. Okay, now what performance do I want? Actually, if I put big in here as well. So we're looking at, let's just look at personal computers, shall we? So his performance is 16.8 and mine is 4.5. So yeah, putting in a new processor and particularly changing the manufacturing process does, as we saw in previous episodes, zero out a lot of this. So that cost 162 before. Yeah, this is going to cost quite a bit, I imagine. So if we bump that up to 4-ish, actually I can of course type that in there, can't I? 4, and bump up the base clock. Bump up the base, something like that, yeah, and pump it up to 3-ish. Oh, the heat is getting quite significant here. There's the effect of the multiplier on that. I definitely don't want a fan in there, though if I put the fan in, noise goes up, heat goes down. But I think these numbers only become significant for your computer if the total across all the components hits around 20. I don't think we're going to have that issue, to be honest. So 15.21. No, come on, we can go better. We want to go better than that. Let's get to at least 16. This is getting quite pricey, mind you. If I make that 3 and bump you up to say 5, 0. Yeah, heat's gone up to 7, but we've got 17 performance now. That's cool. That is what we're after. Actually, if we go into... Well, I've just lost that now, haven't I? No, his processor is that. Oh, he's gone up to 8. Gosh. No, I need to go back to mine. I'm going to have to repeat that exercise now, aren't I? Copy that. Change that to 800. Change that to 386. Change that to that. Take the fan out. Okay, let's put this back in where it should be. Okay, I think that's a good compromise. 3 megahertz base clock, multiplier 4.5. Quite a bit of heat, but we've got good performance, and our quality is still not as good as theirs. I wonder why. Or maybe the small fan. Oh, the small fan adds to that. I don't want the small fan in there. No. Okay, so are we going to price this? We should be all right on that, I think. Actually, Biggs is the competitor there. He's done quite well. No, that's okay. It's okay. My computer as a whole will be better than that. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed through the rest of these components. As I've said, I've got 8 technologies or more to put in. So I've got, all these components to go through basically to upgrade. So we'll come back when I've been through them all, save you having to sit through me making those strange decisions for hours on end. See you again in a moment. Well, I think I've done all that. That's all should be completed. We've got lots of new components. So let's go about creating some exciting new computers. We'll start with the home computer. For pretty much all of the components, I tried to beat the figures for my competitor, primarily for IBM, Mr. Bright, Will Bright. I think that's his name. So my costs have gone up, but I'm going to keep my pricing pretty much the same, I think. So let's get on with doing this. So we're going to design this. It's going to be a copy of our 12th home computer. It's in fact going to be number 13. Looks a bit like that, I think. Okay, we do have a new accessory, which is a scanner. I'm going to put that on there. And the memory. Oh yeah, look, we're how are we doing? Yeah, so performance is better, capacity is better, feature set. Some of these things, feature set and prestige and quality, I didn't quite manage to beat them in all cases. Actually, I think in a lot of the cases it was the small fan, something like that, and I don't need the small fan, it just adds noise. But I'm going to hope that quality thing that the small fan might bring isn't noticed by some of my more discerning customers. So we're going to add that memory in. So I'll add you to the computer. The CPU is our funky new... Why have I got that in there? Did I not change the name of it? Oh, you great plonker. Let's go in there. Can I change the name? I think I can. It's a 386, yeah. It's our first 386. We might get another one coming along fairly soon. So yeah, the heat is quite high as we saw on that. So that's it. It's got the proper name now. And add that to the computer. That's a CPU. Removable media. It's going to be this. I noticed, I hadn't paid attention to it in the previous episode, where I created a zip drive for all my computers, but we now have a new 3.5-inch bay, which won't fit obviously in a laptop, a portable. So I've created a separate portable or laptop version of the zip drive, which doesn't have a 3.5-inch bay, but this one for the home computers and the PCs does have that, and that bumps up a number of these things. I think it was the feature set that it bumped up significantly, so I'm quite happy with that. So we'll add you to the computer. And the graphics card, again, yeah, just edging ahead of my competition, with the exception of the quality here for some reason, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Add you. The power supply, that has improved somewhat with the added advanced heatsink, which we now have. Add you in. The storage, that's the same for all my computers. I've upped the capacity on mine significantly. The performance for some reason isn't as good. Why is his performance so high? No, he's got 8 there, hasn't he? Curious. Maybe it's maybe the rifle bearings do something, because I don't have that advanced heat dissipation technology as yet. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on there. Anyway, I'm going to add you to my computer. That's you. The motherboard. Yeah, we've got that. That has the new PS2 connectors, which adds a lot of feature set. That's a huge number compared to the competition. Look at that. Impressive. But I am, of course, still keeping the SCSI connectors. As we've discussed at length before, I love SCSI. Goodness knows why, but I do. All my computers are using actually this one here. No, I've created a separate one for the laptop, but they're all using EGA now. It doesn't seem to matter whether it's EGA or the black and white display, but it's pretty much the same for both computer types, all the computer types, but I've kept it separate just in case. Operating system now has mouse support. No graphical interface as yet, but we can support the operation of a mouse. And the cost of that new one, $293, sounds quite reasonable. Pricing, I'm a little bit short on the ease of use, but that's okay. Looks profitable everywhere. That's good. Marketing, we're going to keep this as we always do, I think, for that. The alternatives, none as yet because we haven't finished polishing it yet, so we're going to test you.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
Excellent. So get that running for a couple of days while they start testing on that. And now let's have a look at our personal computer and do pretty much exactly the same thing with that. So design that, copy that, we'll call it our first one of 79. There we go. Add the scanner and all the rest of it, and I'll just skip quickly through this for you. It's all the same thing pretty much. A PC is just a home computer on steroids basically, isn't it? Note the new 386 processor, thank you very much. The zip drive in the 3.5-inch bay. There you go. Let's see, everything's changed. And the storage, yeah, much more storage now. Oh, it doesn't have the small fan or something. That's why that's still got the number up there. Motherboard, yeah, you. The new EGA display. EGA, how many colours was that? So many, too many to count. A new operating system. Okay, pricing. I'm just thinking actually pricing might be different for PCs. But I don't, as I said before, I don't want to get into a price war with the competition. In the previous builds of this game, remember we are still in early access, price wars never end well for anybody. So we're going to leave that as is. Yeah, and we'll send you into testing.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
Yeah, run on for a couple of days, and then we'll do the laptop. So let's take you. Copy you. Our first laptop of 1979. We'll add all the goodies. And that's that done. I have actually upped the price of the laptop, I think to 9,000. We'll leave performance. That's not a big deal for laptops, so we can take that down. Yeah, all the way down there, I think. That should be fine. Release that. Test that.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
What was I saying? Oh, prices of laptops. Yeah, so if we can... Oh, we've got a new applicant. Danny Jackson. So my CEO... Adrienne Ajax has found a new applicant, which is quite good. But how do you compare to the other guys? Your research is 50. My only other researcher is Edward, and he's 64. You don't really compare. You've got espionage though. Tax optimization. Your loyalty is brilliant, which means your pay rises are less. So I think one of the mechanics within the game is the loyalty impacts how much their pay goes up per year. And the more loyalty is, the less you need to add to increment their pay to keep them on board. We're not really using espionage. And you're doing the accounting still. No, we don't need you, really. You're done. Okay, so what can Adrienne do? Not a great deal, really. Could look for another manager. It's what she's good at, I suppose. Well, good-ish at. So this could be... Actually, perhaps an interview or something. Yeah, which one of these would give us... Get 10 new fans in every country, plus a % bonus of your current fan base depending on the charisma. 100 new fans. That takes 280 days. Percentage 3 times more than Ooh, okay. Now this is interesting. So the educational gives you 10 new fans plus percentage. The television campaign gives us a % bonus, but not that many more fans. But this is 3 times more than the educational. The time it takes. Okay, let's try a television interview campaign. See if that helps. I'm quite happy with my managers so far. So we're talking about prices. So if we compare prices here with you are a competitor as well, as are you. Yeah, okay.
You have researched a new technology.
That was the plasma screen. Let's pause this for a second before it gets too far ahead of myself. So if we look at the portable from IBM, their base price is much less than mine by about £2,000 plus, but their price discounts are much less than mine. So mine sells for about 3,000 in the poorest countries. Actually, the poor country discount for mine isn't as good. What about big? Oh, big. Don't sell them in poverty countries at all. Interesting strategy this for big. It's really expensive for the really rich people, but then gets really cheap for rich, and then goes up in price for the poorer people. What an interesting strategy. But they're not selling that many, to be honest. Yeah, they came out at the same time, more or less, Christmas last year. And I'm selling bucket loads more. Do I think I want to change? What I might do, can we change the pricing actually for the poorer countries? So make it a little bit cheaper. Let's try that. Let's make it say 50%. Okay, which is bang on the average budget. So I mean, obviously there are people. The average means there are people that are better. There are people that are more. There are people that are less. So there are people that would afford £5,000 or more for the machine, but there are also people who would rather pay less. So I think we'll try that strategy for the laptop.
You have researched a new technology.
Yeah, the medium fan, the rifle bearings were very cheap technologies to purchase, so that's all sorted. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Green is taking over more countries. But then I haven't released my latest computers yet. And my dominance is shrinking again down to 77%. Right, hopefully my new computers will reverse that. And he's even got Bhutan.
You have researched a new technology.
What's going on?
Our new
here?
computer model is polished.
Okay, so this is going to be our home computer, which is this one. Here, let's take Big and Bright off. Oh, and Iceberg. Actually, if I leave you guys on, that's you and you. Okay, so we're doing okay for the home computer. Yeah, IBM sells it cheap everywhere. Everyone's cheaper than I am. But do I need to worry about that? Possibly not. Should I reduce the prices a little bit? Okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to take the base price down to 7,000 for the home computer. We should still be alright. But we'll discount it a little bit less in the poverty countries. Okay, we'll try that. And let's go for a release. Is that is the PC come out now? Oh, the PC is ready to go as well. Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. We'll still leave that as 8,000. We'll just release you, send you to market. That's good. And the laptop, you're now ready to go as well. Goodness. This testing team is really efficient. And release you. Excellent. So I'm making...
You have researched a new technology.
So much money. And I've got all those countries back. Awesome. Interesting that the polish message doesn't come up for the other computers if they're released in a very short time span. But talking of release,
you have researched a new technology.
On the very day I'm recording this episode, Andras, the developer of this fabulous game, has announced the latest beta build available to the public. So if you want to get in and test an even later and more developed version of the game than I'm playing right now, then just head into your Steam library, click on the properties or whatever it is of the game in there, and select for yourself the latest open beta build, which is 9.9 something or whatever, which includes much improved negotiations, much improved UI stuff. In fact, there's a whole load of changes listed on the Steam event update page, and also the first iteration of the espionage and legal system part of the negotiation. Because one thing we're missing in our negotiations with our competitors is the ability to sue them, to act on grievances. So we are actually, let's not go to you because I'm actually a rival of you. If I go to William Big, here we go, let's have a look at you. Yeah, so we can do spying. Actually, I'm not sure if we can do spying, but we can certainly sue them, or they can sue us. And there's a whole process of who wins the court case, who pays the price, who takes a punishment, who goes to jail if that's the punishment meted out by the court. Loads more to play with, and I'll be getting into that build when I've completed this. So it's going to be, I'd imagine, at least a month away, to be honest, before I get into the new build. But I will be coming back to play that for you, or with you, once I get round to completing this and clear my schedule, which is starting to look a bit busy at the moment, I'm afraid. But we're going to carry on playing this for a moment. We've got a computer which isn't making money. Our old laptop. Okay. Yeah, let's... yeah, nobody's buying that, so we will archive that one. Yes. Oh, blimey, we are getting through these. Integrated audio. 600. Yeah, let's do that. Integrated audio. The TV tuner. Let's pause that for a second. Graphical interface. Ooh, magneto-resistive heads. That's to do with storage and stuff, isn't it? A super disk. Do I want to go to the 486? We're not going to do that just yet. We'll do that. TV. Ooh, overdrive processor. Yes, definitely want one of those to go with our new 386. I think that fits on the 386. Where's the processor, the computing? It's here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, the 386. Yep, that goes on there. But it adds a nice bulk of features to the chips, to the CPU, so that's kind of cool. And this is the old PC from last year. Archive view. Yes. That's splendid. That just saves me that extra marketing cost. And we're making loads of money, which means I can actually ramp up my research even more. Because I've had to...
You have researched a new technology.
Because a level 5 research building is so expensive, I actually pulled this down to reduce those costs. But we can take that up, let's say, about 40 million a day. Yeah? So that's over 200 research points. And I'm still making 50 million a day. Gosh, getting through this. But presumably that's a lot better. Tiny people, that's what I like to see. But they're obviously still making money.
You have researched
Sales
a
are
new
doing very
technology.
nicely. We could start adding new components to our computers. We've got VGA, we've got an even better manufacturing process in 600 nanomicrons. And we could try that. Anything else in the research? TV tuner, we'll add that. Could I bump up that research again? I suppose I could. Let's take it up to 45. Yeah. Let's get through this. Always, as long as we're making vast amounts of money.
You have researched a new technology.
That's all good. Ooh, hang on. What's going on here? Moldova. Okay, let's have a look at what data we can get from here. Oh, right. So his hardware is better than mine, is it? So that's the... so it's a VGA. I need to work out what all this is telling me. So presumably the best-selling component in this country is for the workers is the VGA monitor. Oh, so that's mine. Actually, if I take that out and change that to let's say the CPU. It doesn't update that. But the PCs. Well, that's laptop. That's personal computers. Okay. Oh, it does change this here. Oh, right. So he's doing better than I am. So I'm in second position. So his CPU. Let's have a look at that. So we'll look at CPU. Me and Watch Your Face. I need to add him into the list. There he is. So he's got the quality. Is that what they want in Moldova, wasn't it? What's Moldova interested in? Quality is quite significant. Capacity is also important to them. But things like performance, ease of use and so on aren't. So because he wins out on quality, he's getting preferred in that country. He's getting a sort of preferable opinion over me. But I'm still dominating every country, which is what we want to see. I'm thinking perhaps I should start prioritising technologies for handhelds, which is the fourth and final computer type we can build after home computers, personal computers and the portables, the laptops. So we need to start looking at getting these red backgrounded technologies in research. So there's so many of them. As I said, I'm not sure I'm going to actually get that far in this series. So I'm hoping that the competition will have gone bankrupt by then, but they do seem to be hanging on. So we'll start adding these technologies to the queue. Anyway, GUI, what's that? GUI from icons. Oh, what? That's very small text. Why is it so small? Shouldn't be that small. XGA, add that. Okay, so what's our queue look like now? Ooh, these are big, big numbers at the bottom. I might need more research labs. Goodness me. So how are our research? We've got Austria. We've got New Zealand. But you're only rich, so you'll be more expensive. It's going to cost me...
You have researched a new technology.
It's going to cost me 1 million a day for the next level. Yeah, level 5 is just extortionate. Oh, I could upgrade Moldova. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. And there's been a number of changes in the latest beta, which, as I said just a moment ago, you can start playing now, in terms of how sites work. So the recreation requirement for factories has been dropped, and the recreation buildings have a new effect. From what I've only had a quick scan of the update notes from Andrash, they are very long and lengthy. So that's a tautology, really, isn't it? They're very long. There's a lot going on.
You have researched
one of the
new
things
technology.
the recreation buildings will do is actually add an extra sort of feature to the research options that you get. I'm not going to say any more about it because I can't remember it in detail, but look up the update notes, and there's lots of exciting things in that new build. So we've completed that. We've got 10,000 new fans. Excellent. In the meantime, though, other people are releasing new portables. Yeah. Okay, so Cheap and Great and Annabelle are still doing... Well, they're all doing home computers. But Annabelle from Iceberg has got a new portable out, as has Big. Okay. Well, let's get back to our office. Something new for... Actually, what you could do more research. But no, I think some extra fans will be good here for the moment. That'll help me sell more and hopefully take customers away from the competition. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I'm going to pretend that it does. Okay, so let's do... That's a long one, isn't it? Okay, let's try the educational program, which we didn't do last time. Oh, and Will has released a new portable...
Your building upgrade has completed.
New personal and a new home computer. So... Oops, that's the wrong page. This is the page I want.
You have researched a new technology.
Still not winning any countries. But... No, I'm still beating him in terms of the global share. Okay, so we've got, again, a lot of new technology to deal with. I'm still making loads of money. So we are going to be doing another upgrade of all my computers in the next episode of Computer Tycoon. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbs up button.
You have researched a new technology.
If you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself, then please do. Anything you feel like saying, just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Computer Tycoon, until the next time, bye bye for now.